without further ado, I'm going to bring in the man of the hour, Mr. I'm Nightshade, or as I like to call him, Legend.
Legend of Resets.
Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
I mean, I did threaten to beat you up if you didn't submit a run for this.
You
submitted 4 runs.
He strong-armed me.
I did.
He strong-armed me.
I can be very persuasive when I need to be. So thank you for being here. I mean, we've done this before, where I play host and you play runner, and it's usually
it's a fun time.
Something that I haven't seen you do, or I've seen you do a million times. So just explain to us what we're about to see.
All right, so we're gonna play Blaster Master. It's a fairly popular NES game, but a lot of people may or may not know what it is. So I felt like this was a good run for this event, since we're doing Blue Cross UK. Short story here. I'll just let this little intro play. A boy and his frog. His frog is going to escape, as you see, and it's going to get into this little radioactive box. Well, it's going to mutate and become a big boy.
Oh no.
So it dives down this hole, and Jason, our lovable hero here, dives down after him because it's a boy and his frog, and he loves his frog. So in the nature of saving the animals, we're going after our frog. Never mind what may or may not happen in the run once or twice. We're saving the frog.
Saving animals is gonna be the trend around here for the next couple of weeks, so we might as well just keep it going.
Yeah, so I decided to throw this run in here. I originally threw it in as any % glitchless, which I learned death warps are not allowed in the glitchless category of this run, which I was using to death warp myself back to the beginning of Worlds. Because some worlds, like in glitchless, you actually have to backtrack all the way through because they don't let you death warp and use a continue. So we changed it to any %, and I lovingly learned some glitches for this game as a result of that change. So now we're gonna get to show off some glitches, and they're actually kind of cool. I'm in no way like a top runner of this game, but I am decent at it. I've definitely learning these glitches knocked my time down a big amount. So yeah, I guess without further ado, we can get started whenever you're ready, Maddie.
All right, you just give me the go to start the timer. I will be here observing and reading off donations when they come in. And so there's no donations incentives for this run, but we will be back tomorrow with you for FF5, and there is a donation incentive for that run. So
there may be 1 or 2 more by then. I'm just trying to figure a couple things out.
And that will all be, that'll all be updated in the Discord and all that good stuff. So you just go ahead, do your thing. Let's see some glitches.
Yep. All right, so timer will start on movement, and I'll give a countdown.
Okay.
All right, and let's see. Looks like I'm all ready, and here we go. I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, good luck, gamer.
Appreciate it. So in this run, when too much stuff happens on screen, it really lags the game down. You know, I mean, 1980s technology, you can't expect too much, right? So we try to use clever movement and killing things that come on screen quickly in certain instances to reduce that lag. But you will notice it throughout the run that a lot of stuff really lags down the frame rate.
Simpler times in video gaming.
Indeed. There's a lot of cool little different mechanics in this. As you can see, you can be in your tank, you can hop out of your tank, you can swim when you're out of the tank. Dude, and then you have this dungeon mechanic, which becomes kind of a pseudo 3D atmosphere.
I didn't know the main character was the Pink Ranger. That's awesome.
Right?
That's so the Pink Ranger. Tell me it's not.
Another neat thing is, as you can see, I can strafe here. Whether this was intended in the game or not, I don't know. But if you hold the A button does your grenades, the B button does your blaster. If you hold the grenade button, you can strafe, which is kind of nice. Unfortunately, you can't hold your blaster button and strafe. All right, we're coming up on our first boss. There's a few different ways he can move. Hopefully we get a good pattern here. Not really, but it wasn't a bad one.
The heck is that thing?
It's a big brain.
It's a big brain. Oh, something I don't have, a big brain.
So they do a lot of clever dying in certain spots in this run to take advantage of death warps, because when they want to do the death warp to get back to use a continue, it starts back at the beginning of a world, which there's a few worlds that we have to backtrack all the way to the beginning. There's a little bit of like Metroidvania aspects to this game as far as backtracking to earlier areas to get to a new area. So they will die at certain points, like in a clever, fast pace. I'm not really gonna do that super optimally here for the sake of marathon running, because you basically run yourself down to your last life for all these death warps. And in case something were to happen, I don't want to have to use a continue when it's not needed, especially for marathon purposes. But I will be doing some dying here and there in order to get myself prepared to death warp. Our first one won't come until after the World 3 boss. Some of the jump mechanics are a little weird. As you can see, I swing a little wide because when you start to jump, you still go out a little bit. It's almost like ice mechanics in the air, which is going to be super fun here in a little bit, as you will see, because there's an actual ice world. Ooh. And it's kind of tricky. Okay, I guess this is how we're doing this. It's fine. I hit that mine there because it's just quicker to run through it and take the damage than to jump over it. It's actually quicker to shoot that one when you jump up. I just wasn't quite really in a spot for it. But yeah, as for a platformer, it's a very actually pretty tricky, pretty hard game. Casually, this game's very hard to beat. So I am gonna take a death in this dungeon. I'm gonna do it right before the boss, which is kind of why I'm using these spikes to prep myself for that. And it's shorter to walk across them. And even if these eyes were to move weird and hit me and kill me, it's not a big deal. You still start in the same room you died in. So we're just going to take a quick death here. Which also refills our health before the boss.
So regen.
So now we're going to see basically our first little glitch, which is called the grenade glitch. So when you pause it with a grenade on screen, it actively keeps spinning and doing damage. And as you can see, I just unpause and he dies. Kind of a neat little trick.
That's convenient.
It's very convenient. It only works on certain bosses. That crab boss, which is also in World 6. And then there's 2 other bosses that I'm not going to say what they are just yet for spoilers. They're the same thing, but it works on those 4 bosses. Basically the World 2 and 6 boss and the Worlds 4 and 7 boss. But there's another boss in World 5 that we can do a completely different glitch on, which is very, very frame tight. But I'm hoping to be able to show that off. And if not, we should get through this run in time to still have time to be able to show it off.
Yeah, because, I lurked last night while you were practicing, and you managed to just get a sick PB the night before you were going to do it. Like a true legend.
Yeah, things happen.
Things happen, you know?
Alright, so here we are going into World 3. There are 8 worlds, for what it's worth, for anybody that was interested or wondering. And every world, after you kill a boss, you get a new ability and/or weapon for your tank, which coincidentally gets used to get you further in the game in every instance. Right there, you can see when I shot those missiles, the game lagged very, very hard.
Oh, yeah.
That was early. I am a little low on health. I'm lower than I want to be right now, just for the reasoning of marathon run. But we should be okay here. We're gonna take the death. I'm just gonna have to play it a little careful. I really wasn't expecting to actually get hit by that last pink one that dropped, but it got me. As you see, I just beat it out that time, but the first time I didn't. Oh, that's bad. Okay, we're fine. That jump. Also, this is not a straightforward path in any of these worlds. There's multiple little dungeons you can enter in with Jason. Obviously, for speedrun purposes, it's about knowing exactly where you have to go.
This just seems trickier than it looks.
Yeah, this game's actually very hard.
I've never done any, like, the most platforming I've ever done in a speedrun is 10-2, but this just looks, I can see how this is tricky.
I'm gonna play this a little safer than I normally would. Actually, I can afford to go through the spikes. It's quicker just to do this and go through the spikes than go around them. I just really kind of have to watch my health here. Because I am on my last life, and if I have to use a continue, it puts me to the beginning of the stage. Obviously not something we want right now. Oh yeah, it's getting bad. Okay. This is a little creepy. Nice. Okay.
Well, here we go. I was just informed. Okay.
I'm gonna focus up for just a second. This is a hard boss. Okay. Ooh. That's a super scary boss if you get out of pattern, which I kind of did. So there's our death warp. We're back to area 2. Reasoning is, we just gained an ability called hover. Now we have to go pretty much, actually not pretty much, all the way back to the very, very beginning of the game where we started. Literally where we dropped in at, to be able to move on. Which is why you can see using continues that you get to death warp back to the beginning of a stage is very useful for time save.
Oh.
Just gonna take the hit. Sometimes enemies will hit you and it knocks you weird, which is kind of what just happened there.
I see that, it like knocks you back. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you can keep moving, sometimes it hits you in a way it just knocks you back. So now I need to kind of try to farm some hover. These turrets can drop it, and then the little sidewinder enemies on the next screen can also drop it. These are the sidewinders coming up right here, wherever they are. They're also sometimes kind of hard to hit. Oh, that's just rude. If I have to get that, I will. Okay, it's getting ruder. The problem I'm having right now is those little weeds, if you will, at the bottom do 2 damage a hit. So we don't really want to have to jump down there. And there's only a couple little spots here you can farm this hover. We're good now. We're not good anymore. Well, that's a mistake. That's kind of a bad time loss, but it's fine. That's why it's a showcase and a lesson in what not to do.
There we go. That was intentional to show you what not to do when you run this game.
Exactly.
Calculated.
So I'm gonna have to build up a lot more hover now, unfortunately. Oh, this is actually gonna be really rough. I'm actually trying to go for full here because,
This seems like a chore.
well, when you get knocked off, it really, really hurts.
Yeah.
It's fine. I get to keep my hover. All right, let's go. There's a good example of how the game can lag down with a bunch of stuff happening.
Yeah. I remember that being a thing on like the original like Ninja Turtles game on NES. Like you just get like a room full of enemies and like Donatello tries to use his bow staff.
Yes.
It's just like it just takes forever for him to get a attack off.
Dying there actually may have been the best thing because it made the flashing hover come back. The flashing P's are 4 power, and the flashing hovers are 4 hover. So that's
You
like
don't want,
huge.
yeah, you don't want to use your hover to go grab more hover, because it's kind of you're just wasting your time. Yeah.
Yeah, but and unfortunately, you're kind of forced to in that position.
Yeah.
To get to this level. All right, so now we get to see the door glitch.
Oh baby.
This is fun. This allows us to skip.
I actually saw this last night, so yeah.
This allows us to skip the entirety of World 4. Come on, baby. So basically what we're doing is we're entering the door going the wrong direction. And if I don't... There we go. If I don't duck, this is what we get. And every time it happens, it moves you a tile over. Like, so the actual tiles that you're on, you're actually a tile over. So what we're going to do here is we're going to use it 3 times to move us over 3 tiles. And we're going to clip through. And when you pause the game and unpause it, it puts you back to your original non-glitch. So there's 2. There's 3. And now you will see me fall through here, pause, unpause, and there we go. And we have to do that because of the door glitch in World 4. We can't take the tank with us. The tanks is what kills you use the tank to shoot those blocks. But with no tank, we have to do 3 door glitches and we can clip through it. Kind of cool.
Never mind the fact we just skipped an entire world, you know?
We did just skip an entire world.
You know? That's just wild.
Just saying.
Just wild.
Gonna try to play a little. Yep, good. I'm just trying to play safe here. Normally, I would not be killing these guys and getting health. But for all intents and purposes, I'm a little low on health and I've already died once. And there's a really cool glitch that I want to show off here. Hopefully.
You didn't park your hover in like 15-minute parking, right?
I won't be here 15 minutes. It's all good.
No problem.
Where we're going, we don't need 15 minutes.
We're not getting towed. I think we're good.
Right there's another good example of the game lagging down pretty hard. It may not be as noticeable for like you guys as viewers. Oh, holy cow, I can feel it in my controls though.
You can just, I mean, if you count, like, the more enemies go on screen,
All right.
just like, yeah.
So here we are in the World 5 dungeon, boss dungeon. We're not going to kill those enemies at the beginning. We're actually going to use those for our door glitch, or our death warp. I am going to try to kill all these fools because, yeah. This is not a normal, like, you wouldn't normally do this speedrun-wise to be as fast as possible. I just want to be at full health so I can hopefully pull this off. Alright, so we're going to try crab glitch. The idea here is I have to exit the door as the screen goes black.
Okay.
I did not do it, so we're killing him legit. FYI, this is not an easy boss. This is the hardest boss in the game. Hands down. When he starts getting close to death, he will stop this little spray pattern and he'll just start doing, there it is, a full wave.
Oh, geez. Hello.
And the more you damage him, the faster he starts doing said wave. He has a small little spot that he does not do it. Right here. He is almost dead. There we go.
Wow. GG's.
So we did not get the crab glitch, but we will show it off. So we're just going to use these guys. We didn't kill them for this reason, so we can just use them as a quick death warp. Puts us back to the beginning of level 5, which now we got our item from level 5, which lets us swim with our tank. And the entrance to level 6 is literally right at the beginning of 5, but you don't have the swim ability, so you can't get there. And here is our famed ice world.
Nice.
It's super annoying because I'll just show it, and I should have been doing this the whole time. As you see, when I hold the button, all I do is spin wheels. But if I jump, it gives me my movement.
We drifting, baby. Let's go.
But one thing I have not been doing this whole run, which I'm really bad about, is you can pause and unpause between screen transitions, and it avoids that scroll. It saves roughly 5 to 15 or so seconds every time. So it is worth doing. Or sorry, not 5 to 15 seconds, 5 to 15 frames. If it saved 5 to 15 seconds, my goodness, this run would be like 20 minutes. Alright, they don't normally grab these, but for safety I am grabbing these homing missiles because they are really good. We will lose them on our next and last death warp, but they're good to help get through this world, because this world can be a little daunting for the second half of it, which is right now. Like right there, getting hit by that can actually like really screw you. You can slide right off down to the bottom, and then you have to repeat like half the world. Same with this room, which is, oh, and I almost did. Oh my goodness. That's why I like to grab those homing missiles, because those little, we call them mice. Those little gray mice, they're really annoying throughout this run. Because they're so short, you can't hit them in your, with your tank. So you have to hit them in the middle of a drop. Like that. Like a jump or a drop. You hit them as they drop or while you jump. It's super awkward.
The timing thing.
But as you can see, having these homing missiles can save you in a bad spot. Alright, and we are on the final screen of this dungeon, which is our blocks. See ice mechanics coming into play at their finest there. There is quicker ways to do that. I'm just trying to play safe. I'm not going to play very safe here, though. Nice little trick there when you're down here at the very bottom. There's no spikes. Oh, wow. I got a quadruple gun. So if I die there, it's not a big deal because I'm going to be taking a death warp soon anyway. It won't be in World 6, but... This is another pause glitch boss. Basically, with the way the pause grenade glitch works, if you were paying attention there, you heard the sound, the grenade damage sound kind of change pitch. That's how you know that the boss is dead. But we don't death warp this one. You actually do have to go back through this world to and backtrack to get to World 7. But we are able to pretty much go back to the beginning right there. So it's very quick. So instead of doing it here, getting from 6 back to 5 and getting from 5 back to 4 is very quick. We're gonna do our final death warp in World 4. So there's 5 already. And this is the beginning of 5, so we're pretty much already at 4. And now that we're here, it's basically a simple jump up and see you later. Which I probably should have done some dying in the process, but it's fine. And there's World 4. Much quicker than actually going through World 4. It's not very long to go back, but it's much quicker just to death warp. We are out of continues now. Or no, I'm sorry. We have one more. We have one more. I always want to think you have 3 continues in this game because, well, I mean, most games would give you 3 continues, which sounds logical. You get 4 in this run. Nice. I'll take those. So we're just going to make our way back to World 2. That's how we're going to get to World 7. Ugh. Nice part is, now that we have the World 2 crush item, we can just shoot through these walls, so World 2 is a lot quicker to get through. Well, I didn't want to show that off just yet, but there you have it.
Oops. Oops.
So you just saw that. I will explain that in just a moment. That is the prize we got from defeating World 6. That is what allows us to get to World 7. That is affectionately known as Wall 1. Wall 1 allows you to climb vertical walls. Which, as you see, we're gonna need that.
Oh, that comes, yeah, that's useful.
All right, and there's a whole thing that can happen right here. Okay, it's there. You see that homing missile? I'm hoping it's there when we come back, because it can despawn, which is super annoying. That's 2. That's 3. We drop down. This is a very daunting world. It's not super hard. Oh, is this what we're doing? There we go. So I guess my tank glitched out there. I was out of health.
Yeah.
And I think it glitched out because I went in the doorway while I was flashing and gonna die.
I see.
When your tank is done, you can actually hop out of it. So it's a little weird in that aspect. Because you really, like, you can't so much get through the actual regular levels without your tank. You kind of need it.
Right. Seems faster to have a tank.
Absolutely. This is a pretty repetitive level, though. You're going to see pretty much a couple different rooms a few times before we get to the destination. Mainly this long one. There's a good example of the lag. And nothing's giving me any health. Which isn't that big of a deal, but... So if you go up there, you actually end up having to repeat pretty much the entire level because it takes you back to the beginning.
That's no bueno.
All right, we are there just about. Oh, am I really? There we go. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to kill these guys just a hair later to get some health. I keep killing them where I can't gather it. All right, we are in the final room before the boss dungeon. All right, this is kind of the scariest part for me. That's why. I'm on 0, so I'm gonna save state and I'm gonna try to do it anyway. Okay, that's fine. Just to show off the glitch. See, you guys can see why this is very, very nerve-wracking. This is a very tight thing. So the iframes are pretty cool in this game. You can use them for a lot of stuff.
That looks like it has to be frame perfect.
This next one is free. We do it 4 times in this room, but this one we just hold up. This is our last grenade glitch boss. Our frog.
Oh no!
Okay, that's on me. We'll just do this again. So the frog is a little dangerous because if he throws his fire out, the thing is about the crazy thing about the grenade glitch, when you pause and it continues to do damage to the boss, if you're getting hit by something, it continues to damage you as well.
Oh.
But if I hit it correctly, and he's in a good spot...
Oh yeah.
No, we're fine. My God, why did you get so close? There we go.
Got him.
So unfortunately, yeah, I had to use a save state, which I really was trying to avoid doing in this run, but...
We're showcasing glitches.
Sometimes when you're,
come on.
Yeah, when you're showing the glitches off, sometimes it's like they're so tight that it's warranted.
We're trying to be competitive, but we're also trying to showcase.
Exactly. So there was our final death warp. We got a cool new toy, which I'm gonna try not to. Well, actually, I shouldn't have to show just yet. Oh, nope, I just showed it. Fine. Actually, we do want that. Having a little bit of hover for the end of the run is nice. Also, these wall abilities are kind of also a curse in their own right. It forces you almost to have to jump like a hair early in some instances, otherwise you'll just roll down the wall into crap. Like that. But we are on our way to the final world. Final world is accessed through World 3. Now we get to do a cool thing. We're just going to avoid all this stuff.
Don't mind if I do.
All right, quick hover farm. Nice. There is also, if you notice, I just was able to fall off there and not stick. There's a certain like limit on a ledge where it won't actually allow you to stick, which is nice. All right, 3 is enough. Ooh. You don't want to get hit by those right there. It'll knock you off because you have to be on the ceiling to get to World 8. Can jump down right here. Five health, not too bad. Final area.
All right, let's go.
This area is a pain in the booty, not gonna lie. Mainly because of one room, which we will see here in just a couple minutes. So we are going to take our time here a little bit with World 8. Because we are making really good time. This is why we grabbed us some hover, because that room sucks.
Oh yeah.
This is the worst room in the game right here. And coincidentally, why we grabbed our, Nice. The fact that I have hover right now is actually super helpful.
Yeah, that's coming in handy.
It's actually making this super easy, bro. Homing missiles and hover, let's go. Dude, that might be the fastest I've ever gone through that room.
Was it worth it to take the time loss to farm that hover to go faster there, or is it like...
Actually, I didn't even take time loss to farm the hover. I only grabbed the hover for that room that I had that big pit of spikes. Because you take half damage if you have to fall into that pit of spikes and jump out.
Oh goodness.
But I had enough. But I was able to get 3 of them, so I had enough hover to be able to use it in that room as well.
Gotcha.
Because you only have to use it in brief spurts. So I learned something today, and it's gonna probably get me to sub 40.
Knowledge is power.
World record in this run is 30 flat, which is just, it's insane too.
Oh wow, that's okay. That gives me an idea.
Well, they do this too. Every time, they don't forget.
Yeah, well.
Which doesn't, you wouldn't think it would save much, but when you're doing it multiple times throughout the run, saving like a quarter second every time.
Saving frames is saving time. I don't care
exactly
how you look at it. Time is time.
All right, and here we go. We're in the final 2 encounters.
Let's go.
So if I position right here, we should be in a good spot. So we use a modified pause glitch here because the grenade glitch doesn't work so much, but if you pause unpause, it semi does. All right, 1 out of 2 done. And we can do what's lovingly known as a corner cheese for this guy.
Oh, look at this dude.
That should be good. The only worry is him sidestepping and throwing his whip at a certain time, and then he can start doing it at an angle, which will wreck you. But it looks like we're in good shape here. I'm actually going to PB this.
Nope.
But I use save states, so it's not legit.
The mods will never know, Kappa.
I'm going to PB. I PB'd this by almost 30 seconds. And time.
Nice. 46-16. Very good. GG's. Well done.
Thank you. But yeah, that's Blaster Master
Very
in a
nice.
nutshell. With a couple mistakes. But we got to show off some glitches. I'll let the short little ending play here, and then I'll show off the crab glitch that it's technically, the boss is technically a lobster, which War was so kind to point out to me last night, but they call it a crab glitch, so.
Rock lobster!
Thank you for the GGs. All right, so now that we're through the little short ending, actually, let's just show this off one more time. Yeah.
Well.
The lava skips are like really cool. And this is the only place in the game you use it.
That's great.
So there's those.
The floor is lava, who cares?
So we'll try to show off the lobster boss glitch here.
Alright, cool.
It's really tight. You literally have to leave the room right as the black screen happens. Sometimes I have luck just going down to a certain point. Sometimes I can do it just waiting. That one was close. That one was also close. Let me try it this way. Super, super tight. Like, I think you only get a couple frames to do it. It makes this fight infinitely easier. As you see, I had to strafe, do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
This pretty much locks him. And I did it in my actual PB. Basically what we do is we take the boss into the previous room. There it is.
Oh wow! What? There it is. Oh my goodness! Where are we?
And now I can just grenade him. I'm not even worried about this guy that's gonna start hitting me. And then we just go back and gather our item. But that is the
easy peasy,
boss glitch.
lemon squeezy. Wowie, that was awesome.
But yeah, in a nutshell, that is Blaster Master with most of the glitches.
That's awesome. That was fun to watch. Thank you so much for bringing that to us. That was awesome.
Here's our door glitch one more time.
Sure. Yeah, this one was pretty cool. You just like yeah. What just happened?
And if you notice, when you do it, as I was saying, it puts you essentially one tile over. Like the game recognizes your character as being a tile over from where he was. So if I go to this door and try to go in, I can't do it. But if I go right here, it thinks I'm right here. Which actually resets you and allows you to go in.
I see.
Kind of like the same concept as this door glitch. But you have to. The reason you have to do this one 3 times because you need to be 3 tiles over to clip under the blocks. This one's a lot easier with the swimming. I'm gonna get these fools out of my way. You can use the swimming because you can sit here and you're right at the doorway right here. So you can use that to, as soon as you land, hit left. But yeah, so we do that, and as you can see, I can't go anywhere.
Jeez.
I'm kind of stuck here, but pausing and unpausing takes the glitch away and puts you back into normal coordinates.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, it's a pretty cool trick.
it skips a lot of stuff. That's awesome.
I'm glad I was able to be able to show this off for everybody today.
That was. I guess that's a good warm up for tomorrow night. We will be back roughly around roughly around the same time, I think.
At the same time.
Yeah, right around the same time.
It'll be 8 o'clock. So it'll be like my time. So it'll be what, 20 minutes later than tonight.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a game I've seen.
I take that back. We will be doing a buy glitch in FF5.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a game I've seen.
Only able to be done on the PC version.
Yeah, it's a game I've seen you play once or twice.
Once or twice. It's also a game that has trolled me and made me very frustrated a lot lately with a certain soft lock. But tomorrow it's a marathon. It's a marathon run, and we just have to get over it. And I hope it happens, just to show everybody that it happens.
I have faith. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you. We'll see you tomorrow night, and let's see. We're way ahead of schedule because we just hired Alpha Gamers to do our charity event. So we're really we're gonna take a quick break. I mean, I think a quick break. I mean, we do have a bit of time before our next run. Dragon Quest 3 with Master Mars. I guess that gives you more time to practice your words because, man, before we transitioned over, it was looking pretty dreadful. So we're gonna play some words for a little bit, and yeah, we'll be back with Dragon Quest 3.